All right, well, good evening, everyone, from Liberty High School in Bilton, Virginia, where tonight the visiting Cyclones take on the Liberty Eagles. I'm Mark O'Connell alongside Steve Peacock, of course. And, Steve, these two teams have at least a couple of things in common. One, they're both led by first-year head coaches, and two, Liberty quarterback Aaron Hall has officially played for both teams now.
That's right. That's a good factoid right there by my esteemed colleague, Mark O'Connell. And you're right. I mean, he's going to be playing quarterback here for the Liberty Eagles.
Well, we've got a lot to talk about, but right now we're going to pause and pay tribute to the colors and rise for the playing of our national anthem.
The Liberty JR2C will then retire the colors.
All right. Well, that was inspiring. Steve, we were talking about some commonalities between these two teams. Of course, Aaron Hall is one of the two quarterbacks in this Liberty football team. Apparently, they're going to platoon between Hall and Gavin Cook. So, and when Hall's quarterbacking, Gavin Cook could be his primary receiving target. First-year coach Caleb Heppy. They got their first win last week against Fauquier in the Bird Bowl. And Eastern View coming in, first-year head coach Don Joy, they're coming in 0-3. You know they're hungry for a win. And I think one of the things we've seen Eastern View capable of doing is they can light up the scoreboard. The problem is so can the other team.
Yeah, I mean, Eastern View's problem so far have been twofold. One, on defense, and haven't been able to stop the opponent when they need to stop the opponent. And two, they have a tendency to get, still commit a lot of penalties. And, tonight, I think the big key tonight is going to be to see how Eastern View's offensive line stands up against the Liberty defensive front that Liberty's going to put in front of them. And that's been, like I said, an area that needs to be working on. It's a work in progress because it's kind of young up there up front. But again, this is a backyard brawl, basically. We're only 15 minutes away from Eastern View, and I know they're not in our district anymore, but still it would be great if Eastern View can get a win here tonight that might help them start off their district campaign if they come out tonight with a win.
I think we're looking for a pretty good matchup tonight. We were mentioning that Liberty got its first win of the season last week against Fauquier, 34-13. And it's hard to believe this, but Liberty was winless last year in the 2024 campaign at 0-10. If you want to know if these two teams have played against a common opponent, the answer is yes, and that common opponent is John Hanley. So Hanley defeated Eastern View in the season opener 23-9, and then Hanley has defeated Liberty 46-16. So Liberty a winner last week over Fauquier, 34-13. They lost to Hanley big, and they lost the season opener to Kettle Run, 35-0. Eastern View comes in 0-3. They dropped the season opener to John Hanley. Then they lost to Culpeper in overtime, and then they lost last week against Woodgrove. We were there for that game, Steve, and the Grove is a great place to call a game, but I think Liberty High School is as well. You know, I had a chance to walk across the turf and talk to Coach Joy tonight before the preseason, before the night's game, and, you know, it was I know it's irrelevant, but that turf really feels good on your feet.
It does. I mean, I coached here for almost 11 years, and soccer, but it was that field is very, very soft. It's it's getting a lot of use. It's probably it's about at least 15 years old now, or a little older than that maybe. I think they got it in like 2010 or 2011.
Sounds about right. Well, if you look at it from a financial standpoint, when does a field like this pay for itself?
Probably in the 5th year, because
In
you
your
save because a field like this now in today's dollars. I mean, back then it was probably about $400,000. I would say today it's almost close to $1 million to put one in. But again, they do last forever. They're synthetic. You don't have to worry about rain, other than can't play if it's lightning. But if it's rain, snow, you can be out there playing.
Well, you're looking at Liberty on the sidelines here, getting ready to send their team captains out on the field. For Liberty, Amir Hull, number 3, Aaron Hull, number 5, Gavin Cook, number 7, and
number 5 is AP Hull.
5, Aaron Hull, number 5, yeah. 13 is Arian Hull, and number 7 we mentioned was Gavin Cook. Yeah. And call out those Eastern View captains here in just a moment. Here they come. The team captains will meet in the center of the field. All right, from left to right for the Cyclones, number 44, Campbell Guido. Number 4 is Elijah Bland. Number 2, Brock Gray. And number 9, Hayden Lovelace. And, Steve, I was asking you earlier if you thought Coach Joy might want to utilize Hayden Lovelace more in the offensive scheme.
I would think he would, because he's strong. Big, strong up front, and I think you're going to see a lot of him tonight, because if they can keep the Liberty offense off the field because it's explosive, then they can turn around, maybe control and get a hold of this game, maybe possibly win it, in the fourth quarter.
All right, if you look at the bookend captains for Liberty, number 7 and number 5. Number 5 is Aaron Hall, AP Hall. He did play for Eastern View until this season. Number 7 is Gavin Cook, and he was the starting quarterback before Hull came to the team, but they are utilizing both players at that position. When we see Hull at quarterback, we'll likely see Gavin Cook lined up as his primary receiving target.
Yeah, and Hull can run too, so they got Eastern View knows that. They know him pretty well, and I saw some of his teammates really give him, saying wishing him luck and giving a hug there, and it was kind of shocking that he came over here, but he wanted to play with his brothers. So
all right, well, Liberty won the toss and has deferred, and Eastern View will receive tonight's opening kickoff. You've got 3 Hulls on this roster, Steve. You've got Amir Hull, he's a freshman. Aaron Hull, of course, is a senior, and then Arian Hull, a freshman. They must be twins.
Yep, they are, I think. So what do you think let me ask you this question, Mark. Mm-hmm. What do you think that Eastern View needs to do in order to win this ball game?
Well, I think offensively they just can do a lot of what they have done, like they did against Woodgrove. They answered Woodgrove's scores there for a while until Woodgrove pulled ahead. The problem is that Woodgrove scored easily against them, I thought. They were able to put together some drives and had some big runs. So, you got to short up on defense. And, of course, when that's the case, you got to limit your penalties and mistakes. The very things you've talked about all through our career, is that if you can't do that, you're really going to hurt yourself against a good team.
That's right. Well said. Well said.
Well, kicking off for Liberty will be Owen Corbin. He wears jersey number 12, and he's a senior. All right, back for the Cyclones, Steve, will be Brock Gray and Makai Williams. Well, let's look at the turnout for tonight. What do you see in those the opposing side bleachers? That belongs to the Cyclones.
Yeah, I see them starting to fill in a little bit, but not as quite as big as I thought it would be here, but it's still early. Game's just starting.
Well, they could be enjoying Friday Night Football on the Culpeper Intermedia Network. We know a little bit about that, don't we?
That's true. They could be watching at home.
We got our full crew here tonight. Steve and I in the press box, and Johnny Krawchuk and Nick Morris up top doing the camera and technical work. And so we've got a full crew, and we're looking forward to tonight's game. And here is the kick by Owen Corbin. We are underway at Liberty High School. Getting under it at the 15-yard line is Brock Gray. Gray's going to return it out to about the 30. That's where the offense will set up shop as we start things here at Liberty High School in Buellton, Virginia. Love this field, Steve. Like we were talking about, really feels good on your feet. But I think when you're playing on the artificial surface, doesn't it make for a faster game?
It makes for a faster game, but sometimes you can lose your footing if you cut too hard on it. But again, it makes it for a faster game. You also got to watch the way the ball bounces. On a fumble or a kick. That can be a little bit of problem. But this field's been pretty well played on for a lot of years, so I don't anticipate too much of that.
Well, we're talking about Hayden Lovelace. He is in the backfield. Number 3, of course, is the quarterback, Tyler Caperton.
And we're seeing.
And Devin Kropp wears jersey number 22. He's currently in the backfield. Coach Joyce said that he will be running the ball here some tonight. If you look at the Cyclone sidelines there, you're just looking at head coach Don Joy. Came over from Stafford high school.
There was an equipment problem, looks like. So it's delaying the game here.
Yeah, okay. Well, here we go. So Caperton, the quarterback, he's got Hayden Lovelace to his right. And he's going to throw on first down. This one caught, and this one going nowhere. Bringing that in was Elijah Bland, and looks like he's going to lose yardage on the play, a yard anyway.
Yeah, that pass needs to be zipped out there, Mark, for it to work, because if you float it out there, you're really telling the defense, hey, this is going to this guy, and let's just go to the football, and that's exactly what Liberty did.
It'll be 2nd down and 11 here. Opening possession by Eastern View. Hayden Lovelace remains in the backfield. Tyler Caperton in the pistol. Devin Kropp behind him. And they got a receiver each side. And this is going to be Kropp straight ahead. Or was it Lovelace who had it's Kropp, number 22. He got across the 35, out to the 36. Picked up 7 yards, brings up 3rd and 4.
And that's the other thing, Mark, too, that I want to see Eastern View improve on is their 3rd down conversions, because they got into a lot of 3rd down situations against Woodgrove and couldn't convert. And, if you can't convert on 3rd and short, you're really putting your offensive team at a disadvantage. You should be able to pick up that 4 yards.
Yeah, and remember, Woodgrove had some 4th down situations where they went for it and converted. And, okay, here it is. Caperton fakes it, keeps it, breaks into the open field. There goes Caperton, Liberty territory. He's off to the races. Can they catch up with him? And it doesn't look like they have. I don't see a penalty flag down. Steve, this is going to be, if this one stands, a 64-yard touchdown run by Tyler Caperton.
Cyclone touchdown, Tyler Caperton. 63-yard run.
Steve, you broke a tackle inside the 5-yard line to get there. No penalty flags. Didn't step out of bounds. How about that? So 4 plays and a 64-yard run by Tyler Caperton at a 10:21 mark. And Beckett Capolini will be on for the point after.
What got him loose there was he got into the second level, and he was able to outrun all the Liberty defenders.
I think the other thing that Caperton may have done, Steve, is that he sold that play fake to that running back. May have froze the defenders up front.
Good point.
And once he cracked through there, oh, my gosh. Well, I was asking Coach Joy, I said, you're going to play against Aaron Hull tonight. How's it feel? He said, well, we like the guy we got.
Yeah. Hey, you got to go to the guy,
the guy that brung you.
Brung you to the dance.
We're going to get a chance to see Aaron Hull here shortly. Capolini's point after was good. 7-0 our score in favor of Eastern View. 64-yard touchdown run by Tyler Caperton.
That was a good run. Like I said, he got in and broke into that second level. There was nobody there and had good blocking up front at the point of attack, and Tyler Caperton took off down that sideline.
And then broke a tackle inside the 5-yard line. It was almost like he was not going to be denied, right? Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. And, of course, our live sponsor this year is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right. So Mr. Capolini has teed it up and will kick off for the Cyclones. Here's his kick. This one's going into the end zone for the touchback. So we'll see the Liberty offense for the first time. They're going to start at their own 20.
Yep, and see if Eastern View can get a defensive stop. That's what they had problems with last week with stopping Woodgrove. They did a great job in the first half, but it was the second half that Woodgrove just kind of warmed down.
All right, near side receivers Owen Corbin, number 12. In that backfield, Aaron Hull and Amir Hull. Two receivers, make it three receivers to the left. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Hull looks right, now throws left. And he's got a receiver just shy of that 25-yard line. He'll be at the 24. And that was called Jamunga Mabunga on the catch.
Yeah, he could have more yardage, but he was bobbling the football. And good pursuit, though, by the Eastern View defense.
On 2nd down and 6 now. With 10:02 to play here in the first quarter, you can see the score. Hull's the quarterback. Man in motion is Gavin Cook. Now he reverses direction. And Hull's going to swing it out to Cook. Here comes the Cyclone defense. He gets away from that first defender, looks for running room, and he won't find any. Good pursuit by the Cyclone defense, Steve. Number 2, Brock Gray, and number 25, Jermaine Crop, combined for that Cyclone tackle.
Yep, Eastern View did a perfect defensive stop there. They spread it out. They made sure they added the sideline as an extra defender. Wouldn't let Cook break out.
Lost 2 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Liberty Eagles. A.P. Hull, the quarterback. Brother Amir Hull's in the backfield with him. As is, Gavin Cook is back there. He is. Here's the option. Back to Cook. He's looking for some running room. And they're going to tackle him for yet another loss down at the 21-yard line. Good defense by Eastern View, Steve. And our first penalty flag is down.
Yeah, we'll see what this is. Might be in the area holding against Liberty. We'll see.
It is, and the call came in quickly and decisively.
So Eastern View will probably decline this. Brings up 4th down.
Sure, you would decline it, and that would bring up 4th and 9. So good job by this Eastern View defense.
And right now, they're going to try to go for it here on 4th and 8, this deep in their territory?
No, because I think Hull doubles as the punter.
That's right.
So now he's backed up to punt this one. Sends a high snap. He gets it down. No pressure there. Here's the kick. Bobbled but held on to at the 48-yard line. Here's the return man. Liberty territory. Good return by number 2, Brock Gray. Brings the ball into Liberty territory. It gives his offensive teammates another jolt, Steve. They're already up 7-0, and they're going to be playing with a short field on this possession.
Yep, good return there by Gray. He was able to pick up about 20 yards and get it deep into Liberty territory. And they're right now, they're knocking on the red zone right now, Mark.
All right, well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. All right, here's Caperton. Play action, throws it, swings it out there near far side. He's got a receiver who breaks the tackle and gets that was Makai Williams, picking up good yardage down to about the 19-yard line to pick up a 13 yards and a first down.
Nice play call there, Mark. Just an easy swing pass right out there to your wide receiver, and he was able to get first down yardage. Now they're inside the red zone, 1st and 10.
Yep, and timeout taken by Liberty. That's their first. Well, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. All right, so we like to keep our viewing audience surprised of what's going on in both our games when both our teams are playing, meaning Eastern View and Culpeper. Well, Culpeper has its bye week too.
Yep, Culpeper's got the night off.
And then next week they'll take on Spotsylvania, and the following week they take on Falk here. And I think we're in position to film both of those games. So let's enjoy Eastern View here again tonight, Steve. We saw them last week in a losing effort against Woodgrove, but you know the thing about them is, I know it sounds cliche, but they never did quit.
No, they didn't. You get that's a credit to the coaching staff. They keep them, the kids motivated. They want to play. They want to win. It's just that they're young.
All right, handoff. This is to Crop. Crop drives the left side. He's tackled shy of the 15-yard line by number 65, Ethan Wilder.
And we haven't seen Hayden Lovelace yet, the running back. I see him on the sideline, but he's too important on defense for him. We want to keep him fresh. Here he comes in.
Second down and about 7 here. Clock is stopped, 8:28 to play here in the first. You can see the score, 7-0. Eastern View scored in its opening possession on a 64-yard gallop by Tyler Caperton. And the point after by Cappellini brings us up to date here. And, of course, Eastern View knocking on the door again. On second down, Caperton. He's going to keep it. Going to try to get to the outside. And he almost broke the tackle, but he couldn't slip the clutches there of number 7, Gavin Cook, who had some help as his defenders came up in pursuit.
Yeah, it almost was a horse collar tackle, but he got the jersey instead of he had his hand pretty good up there, but the official said it wasn't. But again, I think Caperton should have handed that off to the back, and that play took a little bit too long to develop. And when that happens, you're allowing the pursuit to get to the football.
Well, this is a 3rd down and 7 situation for the Cyclones. You almost figured they're going to get something out of this drive. Of course, they want 6. They got a good kicker in Beckett Cappellini. Devin Kropp in the backfield alongside Tyler Caperton. Caperton, he's going to keep it all the way. Caperton's going to have a Cyclone first down as he got inside the 10-yard line, and a new set of downs for these Cyclones. But it's going to be brought back for, is this the second holding penalty?
Yep, second holding penalty against Eastern View.
All right. Well, as they mark this one off, we'll tell you this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530, 7:23 to play here in this first quarter. They mark off the penalty, and now the line of scrimmage will be the 26, where it's 3rd down. They need to get to about the 9 for a first down. Caperton and Kropp in the backfield. Caperton in the pistol here. He's got time and he throws. He's got a receiver wide open and he dropped at the 5-yard line. That was in and out of the hands of Mackay Williams.
That pass was so good and so easy, but the defender, the offensive player dropped it right here. Look, boom.
Yeah, and the thing is that Caperton, he had good protection back there, and he put it where he needed to, and you got to figure Mackay Williams would love to have that one back, right?
Yeah, I would say that post is available all night long. I'd go right back to it.
Well, Steve, they're lined up to go for it here on 4th and 15. Maybe they were out of field goal range. Here is Caperton. He's got time. He's looking for a receiver, and he's got one, and he's going to be tackled at the 11-yard line short of a first down. It was hauled in by Elijah Bland, but it's not enough for a first down, and that'll force a turnover on downs.
And see, Bland needs to recognize that, hey, your quarterback's in trouble, he's scrambling, and you're making yourself available, but make sure you're being able to get first down. He made himself available about 3 or 4 yards from the first down marker, and Liberty was there to make the tackle. But it was a good, I like that pass play, especially the one where we got called back and holding, and the post there where we dropped the easy, dropped the catch. But they're young.
All right, poor field position for Liberty, but they're happy that they were able to turn away the Cyclone threat, keep the score at 7-0. And now the quarterback is Gavin Cook back there, I believe, yeah. And 3 receivers set to the left. All right, on the rollout, that's Gavin Cook. He's at the 15, 20. Turns upfield, lowers his shoulder. Penalty flag comes into this play. Cook got out to about the 28 before that flag came in.
Let's see what the call is here. Could be holding against Liberty. Or it could be a... Let's see what the call is.
the man in the white hat is about to tell us.
Yeah, I think it's going to be holding.
It is a holding against Liberty. And that's their first holding penalty. Eastern View has 2. That's how you negate a good play, is you hold on it. Well, Gavin Cook ran the ball. Last week, he had 11 carries for 147 yards and a touchdown. And on the receiving end, he had 2 catches for 28 yards. That's when A.P. Hall is in there at quarterback. He's a receiver. Well, right now, and of course, we knew they would platoon these 2 players. Right now, Gavin Cook is operating is a signal caller on offense as Liberty is in its second possession of the game. Cook rolls to his right. Going to keep it. Breaks 1 tackle. Cook gets to about the 20. And let's see who's... it was brought down by number 20, Marquise Clark.
And the thing is, what I wanted to say right now, too, Cook looks like a different player, quarterback. I think that's where he is because he can see the holes and where to run. And I'm not saying he's a bad receiver, but again, I can see why they're platooning both of them.
And now Cook is in the backfield as a running back, as A.P. Hull is back there as the quarterback. Here's Hull. Pump fake. Going to keep it. Now toss it. This one nearly picked off, it looked like. I think he threw it to get rid of it and avoid the sack.
He did. He was running out of field going to the sideline and just kind of tried to really throw it away. Now brings up third.
Third down. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. Okay. You only need a yard here to keep it going. Let's see who they go with in the personnel. Okay, well, A.P. Hull remains as the quarterback this time, going to operate under center. And he's going to keep it. He's going to dive straight ahead, and he will have a Liberty first down. With 5:42 to play in the first quarter, you can see our score. And this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. All right, now Liberty, new set of downs, Steve. This is their second possession. They started their first one on their own 20, and they started this one on their own 10. And they've got a first down here to try to put together a drive. 3 receivers to the left. That's where they loaded up. Here's Hull. He avoids the pressure. He's going to keep it. Breaks a tackle, comes near side. Breaks another tackle. He's at the 30. They force him out of bounds inside the 35-yard line. That's a pick of about 8 yards on the play by Hull. And you know what? We saw him do that wearing an Eastern View jersey.
Quite often, and he's a load to bring down.
Yeah,
he picked up some tough yards. And again, they're going to have to, Eastern View's going to have to put a spy on either Hull or Cook in there because they're going to run. If they see the coverage is pretty, their receivers are covered downfield, they're going to take off.
And now they mix it up with Gavin Cook in the backfield as the quarterback. Empty backfield, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. So Gavin Cook here on 2nd down and 3. He fakes it and keeps it. Cook near side. And he bounces off one defender and gets out to about the 34. That's going to be close to another Liberty first down. We'll check the spot.
Knocked out by number 2.
And now, Eastern View was in a cover 2 defense right there. So that means that they had safety help on the matchups on the outside in single coverage. So that's why Cook took off and ran with it.
Steve, it's about 3rd down and about a half a yard to go for another first down. And A.P. Hull back in there. And now some personnel changes coming in. Number 4, Tyson Schrum.
It's already a first down.
Oh, they did say it's a first down. Okay. 4:24 to play here in this first quarter. 7-0 our score in favor of Eastern View, which scored in its opening possession, courtesy of a 64-yard touchdown run by Tyler Caperton and the point after by Beckett Capolini. Gets us up to date here, 7-0. Liberty's Gavin Cook, the quarterback at the moment. 3 receivers to the left, including Hull. Short pass in the backfield to Tyson Schrum, and he gets to about 40.
He was brought down, looks like 20.
Number 6 of Eastern View making the tackle, Austin Taylor.
Okay. Haven't called his number too much.
2nd and 6 for the Eagles.
All right. Out to the 44 it is. I'm sorry, make that the actually 39. It was pick up a 5. Second down and 5, or a long 5 or a short 6. Hall back there as a quarterback. Fake. He's hit as he throws it. Ball is loose. And I said, yeah, that is a fumble. He has to pick it up and advance it.
Exactly.
And he did. Let's see. Let's check the spot and see where he goes out of bounds. Picked up 3.
Eastern View defender chopped down. The ball came out of his hands, and that is a live ball. It wasn't his arm was not going forward.
Well, that's where Hull's experience really comes in, doesn't it?
Yep, sure does. And see, our defender, when he knocked the ball, kind of hesitated and that enabled Hull to go ahead and get that ball.
They actually mark it back at the 39 where it's 3rd down and 5. Hull back in there in the gun. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. He's out of your picture. Here's Hull. He's got time. He's going to throw near side. Going up for it and catching it for a first down is number 12, Owen Corbin.
That was a heck.
Defending on the play, my fault, Steve. Defending on the play was M.J. Bogus of Eastern View.
That was a heck of a catch, Mark. That was he high-pointed that ball, the receiver did, and was able to go up and bring it down with the defender right on him. Very good play there by the Eagles.
Well, this drive has moved out to the 45-yard line. They started, Liberty did at its own 10. Hull remains the quarterback for this play. Here comes the pressure. He gets away from it, and he looks downfield. He dumps it off. He's got a receiver out there wide open, and that is Amir Hall. No, I'm sorry. That's number 13, Arian Hall. Arian Hall. Eastern View territory.
I thought maybe Hull was a little bit over the line of scrimmage, but you got to be completely over the line of scrimmage. You can have a toe or a foot over, but if your body's not all the way across, it's not considered a legal forward pass. But he was close.
24-yard pickup on the pass play. Ball is now at the Eastern View 31, 1st and 10 Eagles here late in this first quarter. 2 minutes to go and counting. In the backfield, the brothers Aaron and Amir Hall.
Looks like they're changing the play.
All right, now from the Cyclone 31, here's Hall. He's got a receiver out in the flat near the 25-yard line. He's tackled by 4 or 5 defenders. All right, that was hauled in by number 2, Jamunga Mabanga.
And it looked like he was throwing to another wide receiver, and he kind of like ducked, and Mabanga had it.
Picked up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming up. Minute 15, clock ticking. First quarter, Eastern View 7, Liberty nothing. We are at Liberty High School in Bilton, Virginia. A.P. Hall and Gavin Cook sharing the responsibilities at quarterback. Hall hands off to Amir Hall. And he gets inside the 25 rather. He's down to the 24. Picked up 2 on the play.
And Hall, number 3, he's only a freshman. That's interesting.
Well, again, this drive started at Liberty's 10-yard line, and they have moved it to the Eastern View 24. 35 seconds to play in this first quarter. Clock is ticking. A.P. Hall, the quarterback, and his brother Amir Hall in the backfield. Looks like Hull may operate under center. No, he's going to back up into that shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the left. Here's Hull. He's got protection. He's throwing. He's got a receiver. This one hauled in near the 10-yard line by number 13, Arian Hall. So it's a Hull show for Liberty right now.
You're right. And again, he's getting good protection up front by his offensive line.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter with our score. Eastern View 7, Liberty nothing. We'll take a quick break and come back for the start of the second right after this. Stay tuned. You're watching Cyclones football on the Culpeper Media Network.
Podcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, Culpeper's outdoor power equipment dealer. Located across Highway 29 from Eastern View. K&M. From grass to trees, we aim to please. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast from Liberty High School in Buellton, Virginia. Set to start the second quarter here with Eastern View on top 7-0, but Liberty, as Liberty starts the second quarter, they're in good shape. They have the ball first and goal from the 9-yard line. And in the backfield now is A.P. Hull and Gavin Cook. Here's the snap to Cook. Hull's going to be a lead blocker. Here's Cook, makes a cut, and then he's tackled at the 5-yard line. He picked up 4 yards. It'll be second and goal from the 5. And making the tackle for Eastern View was Hayden Lovelace.
Now we can see if Eastern View can really, hold them out here. They come up with a big defensive stand or a turnover. Because they're not playing bad tonight.
No. This has been a long drive for Liberty. Again, it started at the, their 10-yard line. And they've moved it down where it's second and goal from the 5. Here is Hull, the ball carrier. He's going to be stopped at about the 1.
Yeah, they can be if they score here, it'll be a 90-yard drive.
Yep. Man, that's unofficially they've run, by my count, 15 plays on this drive. Here's Hull under center. He's going to keep it, and Hull is going to punch it in from 1 yard out. Touchdown, Eagles, and they're an extra point away from tying this football game.
Yep, they were very methodical, Mark, all the way down to here. A couple of our we gave them a couple with some penalties, but again, they were able to, take it down, and they got behind their offensive line and just kind of was pushing Eastern View back.
All right, by my count, 17 plays, covered 90 yards, capped by a 1-yard touchdown run by A.P. Hull. And on for the point after will be Owen Corbin, number 12. We got movement up front. Could be all sides against Eastern View, Steve. If it is, and if it's half the distance to the goal, does that change things?
It might. Yeah, because it puts it in. You might want to put your offense, put a Hull back in there, but he's not making the change.
All right. All right, they're going to stick with the conventional point after. And again, that's Owen Corbin. Here's the snap and the hold and the kick. This one looks like it's blocked, and it is. So, well, hindsight's 20/20, right?
Exactly. Why can't the kick was blocked? Why didn't we go pick it up and run it back to get 2 points? Nobody, they're just walking to the ball.
I don't know, but Steve, I'm going to have some lights.
I know, because I was just saying that.
My eyes are dim. I cannot see. 7-6 our score. All right. Well, localsportshistory.com is the community site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. And, of course, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right.
Now it's going to be Eastern View's chance, Mark, see if they can answer the score.
Number 2, right break, Cyclones. Number 12, Owen Corbin, set to kick off.
All right, 7-6. Point after was no good. Well, we always talk about, will that come back and hurt them, in a close game? Sure. But there's so much football to play that it's hard to tell at this point.
That's right. You're correct there.
Here's the kickoff. The short one's going to be fielded just inside the 25-yard line. And on the return there was number 4, Elijah Bland.
All right, there's Eastern View is going to have decent starting territory, Mark. Looks like it's going to be. Where are they going to?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Where are they going to spot the ball? Looks like.
I don't know, but someone, I think, has decided that we weren't the only ones that needed light. Now I think I can see. How important is it to see, Steve, to call a game?
Very important.
Yeah, fairly.
Fairly.
All right, so Eastern View takes over now at its own 35. Tyler Caperton, hands off. This is White, the ball carrier, and they stack him up after about a 2-yard gain.
Right now, the motivated team right now seems to be Liberty. They're playing very hard up front, and if you look at their defensive front, they're not that big.
Yeah, I just want to correct myself, Steve, and say it was Devin Kropp, the ball carrier.
Okay.
And picked up 3 yards, 2nd and 7 here. Back to Kropp they go, straight ahead. And Kropp dives forward about a yard shy of an Eastern View first down.
I still think you need to go to play action pass. The reason I'm saying that is because the way Liberty's charging up front, you can go a play action pass and that, send one of those receivers on a poach pattern, it's going to be open.
All right, in the backfield is Devin White, number 24, and Devin Kropp, number 22, alongside quarterback Tyler Caperton on 3rd and 1. And they hand off to Kropp. Kropp will have an Eastern View first down.
See, and Caperton will know as he gets more experience. He'll look on there, maybe he could audible the play because he had man coverage all the way across. And that's what you want to see as a quarterback, and that means you tell the receiver, I'm going to get you the ball, and you just go get it.
All right. Clock is ticking, 9:30 to play here in the second quarter. You can see the score. A point after is the difference. And the Cyclones have it 1st and 10 now from their own 48. The snap to Caperton. Looks to his right. Rolls to his right. Now throws to his right. Incomplete. And this one was intended for Devin White out of the backfield.
And we got a flag on the field and a hurt player.
Where is it in the area? Oh, we got an injured Liberty player there, Steve.
Yep.
Looks like he's holding his leg.
There's the flag there. Could be a hold.
Well, as you spot that one for us, we'll go to let you know that this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673.
While they're tending to the injured player.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Eastern View opened the game on offense from its own 30. 4 plays later, he had a 64-yard touchdown run by Tyler Caperton and the point after by Beckett Capolini. And then Liberty, after going 3 and out and then holding Eastern View on its next possession, took over at its own 10, put together a 17-play drive that covered 90 yards and capped by the 1-yard touchdown run by A.P. Hall. The point after was blocked, and that's the difference in this game so far, numerically or mathematically.
You're right. I mean, and like I said, right, the momentum right now is on the side of Liberty. But Eastern View, if they can just, like I said, put a good drive together here, and it seems like they're on their way to, go ahead again right before half, would be a big, big break for the Cyclones.
Yeah, and here's the sunset.
Yeah, I'm still waiting what the penalty call is. The official hadn't made it.
Yeah, and be interested in knowing about that injured Liberty player. Let's see
Is he sitting up? Yeah, he's up.
Could be a leg injury.
Yeah, it looked like it's his ankle.
See if you can pick up that number.
Can't see until it's a 40.
Well, he's limping. Hard to pick up that number, Steve.
It's not Hull.
Oh, no.
Is it 60 or
It
90?
looks like 65. Yeah, is that 60? Yeah, 65.
That would be Ethan Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's coming back, so it's going to be a hold against
Eastern View.
Eastern View.
We'll see if that's their third holding penalty tonight.
Again, we talked about that a little bit in pregame, the penalties. That's what they got to really clean up because it kills you.
Yeah, they had the ball at the 48, and now they've marked it off, and it's at the Eastern View 33. And it's second down, and to get a first down, they need to get to the Liberty 43-yard line. Here's Caperton, going to roll to his right. Looks like he's going to keep it all the way. He's at the 30, turns upfield, knocked down after he crossed the 35-yard line at the 38. That's a pickup of 5 yards. And he earned that one, Steve. I think he took a pretty good hit.
Yeah, he's slow getting up. He got pounded on that play. And that's the only drawback when you're running your quarterback. He's only maybe 140 pounds, and you get somebody, that's weighing about 220 pouncing on you, you're going to feel it.
Well, he's on the roster at 5'10", 138.
Yep.
All right, here's third down and very long. Like I say, they've got to get to the Liberty 43 to keep this one going. And the line of scrimmage is the Eastern View 37 rather. So third and very long. In the backfield is Devin Kropp behind quarterback Tyler Caperton in the pistol formation. Caperton's got time, he throws. This one batted and caught by Brock Gray, and Gray picks up big yardage after the catch all the way down to the Liberty 15-yard line.
We're going to have to see a replay on that one.
Here it goes. Caperton had plenty of time, Steve.
Yep, look at that. Tip ball right there.
Tip ball, and ever alert there was Brock Gray, and then it was the yards after the catch. Hauled down at the near the 15 by Alfonso Ramos.
See if we can get in here and take advantage of this on the red zone. Because we're picking up, we just killed all of Liberty's momentum right there.
Yeah, it was third and very long, and they capitalized. Here they go with the run. Liberty in the backfield to stop this one cold for no gain on the play. Line of scrimmage was a 16. Looks like he's going to lose a yard or two, and that was Devin Kropp, the ball carrier.
And see, Caperton's got to learn to release that ball because he keeps it in there holding on to it. I mean, you're either going to hand it off or you're going to run. I get it, you want to hold as long as possible, see which defender committed, but on that play, just blew up on him.
Second down and 10 here from the 16-yard line of Liberty. Cyclones looking to extend their lead. Right now it's 7-6, 7:03 to play. Second quarter, clock moving. Caperton back there alongside Hayden Lovelace. And the handoff is to number 24, Devin White. Penalty flag comes in at this play as well as they stand him up and push him back after a short game.
That's going to be another holding call. We'll see it right here. Again, the penalties just come at the most inopportune time for Eastern View.
See, that's a stat we're keeping, holding penalties, isn't it?
Yep.
Because you know how hurtful they are.
Big time. And he did it right in front of the ref.
All right, now is that 3 or 4?
4. No, I think Liberty has 1. This is our
3.
third.
All right, they mark it off. Now, they had moved it down to the Liberty 16-yard line, and with the mark off, it's back at the 26 now.
Now, again, this is where you might want to do that skinny post and throw it right over the middle.
So
do a play action.
From the 26, they need to get to the 6 for a first down. Here's Caperton. He's going to keep it. He's going to lower his shoulder and get down to about the 22. Pick up 4 yards on the play.
And again, I don't like him running a lot because of his, if he gets stung pretty good, he's going down.
Tyson Schrum making the Liberty tackle. Looks like Eastern View has called the timeout. Well, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVAcreditunion.org. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. All right, after this timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and 16 for the Cyclones from the Liberty 22.
See if they can knock it here. See if we can, pick up a score. At least we're in field goal range.
Steve, you remember those days when Culpeper had Mike Money in the Bank Greenaway?
Yep, money in the bank.
You always knew that, well, if you have to get a field goal, there's your weapon.
What do we name Brendan, his brother, Boom Boom?
It might have been. Now you got Beckett Capellini. He's reliable as well.
Yeah.
Of course. He may be tested. We'll see. 3rd and long here from the 22. Caperton. Good protection. Throws downfield near the end zone. This one picked off by number 7. Gavin Cook with the pick. That'll kill a drive.
Yep. And what happened right here, look on the replay, this is where Rutherford just threw too much air under it. Look how high it is. And that just enabled Cook to come right over and catch the football.
Well, it was intended for Mason Settle.
And he needs to recognize when he sees it like that, then he needs to become a defender and not watch the ball, go after it, and become a defender and live to have another down. But now, Liberty has got it on the turnover at the 20.
Yeah, and they really turned back that Eastern View threat. Eastern View was looking to extend its lead, but the interception gives the ball back to Liberty. And here's Hull looking for the running room, and he's not going to find it because Eastern View's defense strung that one out really nicely. He may even lost a yard on the play.
Yeah, and you really don't want to keep your defense on the field a lot. They were on that defensive line on the field a long time when Liberty ripped off that 90-yard drive.
Yeah, he did lose yardage to the tune of 5, and 2nd and 15 here. Clock is moving, 5:43 and counting, second quarter action. You can see our score. In the backfield is A.P. Hall and Amir Hall.
And waiting on the play.
And now I think we're going to have stoppage. And this is going to be a Liberty timeout.
Okay. Now why would Liberty take that time? I guess they couldn't get lined up right.
Well, and they don't want to make any mistakes here. They're looking at 2nd and 15 from their own 15.
Right.
So we got to play it cool. Speaking of cool,
I'm feeling a lot better.
we aren't.
Yeah.
But it's better.
It's better knowing the hot sun.
Yeah. Yeah, we came in, and of course, it's still summer technically, and it certainly felt that way.
Until Monday, 22nd.
Yep. Are you ready for a change of season, Steve?
Yeah. I like fall, I like spring.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like winter, but now I'm too old. I can't, it hurts my bones.
It's hard to stay warm, isn't it?
Spring is either feast or famine when it comes to springtime.
All right, after this timeout, the Eagles have it 2nd and 15 from the 15. A.P. Hall and Amir Hall in the backfield there. Here's the snap to A.P. Hall. He looks left. Now he steps up, and he's going to sling it downfield. Got an open receiver. And perfectly thrown pass hauled in by Gavin Cook. That was a big play, Steve. We want to see this one on replay.
He got a little pressure, but he put the right pace on it and really threaded it right over 2 defenders. And again, that was a good pass play by Hall. And credit Cook for Liberty to be able to split those defenders and basically haul it in.
Well, he had 2 catches for 28 yards last week, and this one was to the tune of 52 yards. And the Eagles now have it at the Cyclone 33. And Gavin Cook now the quarterback. So Liberty, they do a nice job of mixing it up with their quarterback, don't they, Steve?
Yeah, they sure do.
Cook swings it out. This one caught. But the pass was low, and this is going to lose yardage.
Yep. Not in the pros. You can't get up. Once you hit the college or high school, Your knee touches the ground, it's dead right there.
Going to be 2nd down and 11 there after that 1-yard loss. Gavin Cook looking to the sidelines for play call instructions.
And see, Eastern View's defensive secondary needs to, they're playing too soft on coverage, Mark. Look right here in front. That's just way too much cushion.
Well, it's about 10 yards, isn't it?
Yeah, now he's moving up.
All right, Hull, AP Hull in the backfield, empty backfield this time for him on 2nd down and 11. Here's Hull, short pass, and trying to make a diving catch was Gavin Cook, incomplete.
Yeah. Now, 3rd and 12, come on. Eastern View now has got to come up with a stop right here. Now you got to figure that Liberty's going to go for it. If they don't get it here, the first, they'll go for it on 4th because their kicker, he didn't look too good when we tried that extra point.
Well, 34-41, that would be a 51-yard field goal attempt from here.
Yeah.
So Liberty needs 11 yards to move the sticks. 3 receivers to the left, 1 top of your screen. Here's Hull. Here comes the pressure, and he's not going to get away from it this time. He tried. They were able to sling him down to the ground for a loss, and that was Armando Reyes Rodriguez making the sack for the loss.
Watch this. Here he comes in.
See that pocket collapse.
Yeah. That's what a D-line can do. You make them turn into where your other defenders are. They can make a tackle.
Well, that was a loss of 13 yards on the play. Brings up 4th and 24.
Well, they're going to, I think, watch the quick hit here.
Could be with Hull back there. Remember, he's the team's punter.
Yeah.
Now he's going to drop back in obvious punting formation. Here's his kick.
And nobody back.
I don't even see it. There it goes. It's going to bounce into the end zone for the touchback, and Eastern View will have it at the 20-yard line. With 2:59 to play here in the second quarter, 7-6 our score. This broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371.
Now, Eastern View dodged the bullet. They threw that interception into the end zone, but they were able to hold on from a defense standpoint and now see if we can get a score here before halftime. That would be very, very big for Eastern View.
Yeah, the Eastern View defense forced Liberty into a 4th and 24 situation and did their job, obviously, and now Eastern View back on offense from its own 20. Caperton play action. He swings it to the left out there for his receiver, and that's Makai Williams. And he got across the 25 to the 26, it looks like. That's a pickup of 6 yards. Brings up 2nd and 4 with 2:35 to play in the second. 2nd and 4 from the 26. Caperton sends 3 receivers to the right side. 1 top of your screen. Here's a rollout by Caperton looking downfield. Here comes the pressure. Going to have to get rid of it, and he does. This one's going to be incomplete. There was some contact, no penalty flag. Yeah. That one intended for number 4, Elijah Bland.
Mark, let me tell you why I don't like that play. Because he's rolling out to his right. He's running for his life because the Liberty defenders was right on him. And when you're rolling that way, not be able to set your feet, you got to have some accuracy or a stronger arm because when he threw it, I knew it was going to be over the receiver's head because he can't really get the mechanics down. And when you roll like that and throw it, you're off balance and the throw is going to be off balance.
I think there's a penalty there, ineligible receiver downfield against Eastern View, and then they marked off the penalty, and they have it spotted now at the 20. It'll be 2nd down and 9, rather. Repeat the down. They marked off the yardage. Here's Caperton. Here comes the pressure. Over the middle, this one nearly picked off. It was intended for Brock Gray. Incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 9.
And the Liberty's now caught wind of that post play, running down the middle like that. So now what you got to do is try a screen pass, try a little, real route because the way Liberty's rushing the passer, they're really pinning their ears back trying to get after him. And you got to make them pay for that.
Devin Kropp in the backfield alongside Tyler Caperton on 3rd and 9. Caperton rolls to his right, looks downfield, looking for a receiver. This one picked off. If he stayed in bounds, let's see who it was.
Yeah, he stayed in.
Here he is. That's number 13. That's Arian Hall.
Watch this. Watch how the ball sails on him. See? Boom. Because he's not running, he's running, trying to get away from the defender.
All right, that's the second interception tonight for Liberty. The first one was by Gavin Cook, and the second one by Arian Hall.
And Mark, what did we say in the pregame that Liberty's got to stop doing? Committing penalties and doing some bonehead plays. They need to get back to when they got the touchdown at the start of the football game.
All right, pressure back on that Eastern View defense now as Aaron Hull is going to throw incomplete, intended for Gavin Cook.
And see, this is where Caperton will gain with experience. Hall was rolling out, but then he stopped, and he gathered his feet under him a bit, and he's got a strong arm and was able to fire that ball. Whereas Caperton's throwing it on the run. Again, they're just, you're not going to be as accurate as if you could just stand and step up and throw it.
All right, 2nd down and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Hayden Lovelace has some early contact. That's going to cost the Cyclones 5 yards.
Again, the mental plays, remember we talked about?
Mm-hmm.
That's a mental penalty right there.
But the 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd down and 5 for the Eagles. Line of scrimmage now, the 33. We are under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 1:54 showing on that scoreboard clock. 7-6 our score. Liberty in position here to try to get some points before the intermission and go on top, depending on what they could do, as Hull throws near side, incomplete. This one intended for Chimanga Mubanga.
Again, give kudos to our Eastern View defense. They're hanging in there.
Big 3rd down and 5 for both teams here, Steve.
It is that, because whoever scores before halftime has the momentum going in.
Well, Eastern View, let's see. I'm trying to remember who won the toss and who deferred.
Eastern View lost. Liberty won the toss.
On 3rd and 5, Aaron Hull. He's got Amir Hull back there and Gavin Cook. Aaron Hull's going to keep it and is going to try to power his way for a 1st down. He's going to be short. And here's a decision for Liberty to make here. It looks like it'll be 4th down and 4th and 4. So he only picked up a yard on the play.
And now Eastern View see what the coverage they're going to apply, because don't think for a minute. Eastern View might think they're going to run here, but they could, roll out and throw it. So let's see what coverage they're in. Looks like they're going to do. They're going to do man out on the wide side.
Well, Aaron Hull, or AP Hull rather, is now a slot receiver, and Gavin Cook, the quarterback, for an empty backfield. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Here's Cook. Cook being pressured. Hayden Lovelace has him, and he won't let go. He wraps him up for the sack and the loss, and that's going to force a turnover on downs.
Good play, good hustle there by Hayden Lovelace. So they would get in there and get on the quarterback, but do we have a flag?
Yeah, let's see. Well, it looks like Hayden Lovelace was unblocked.
Yeah, they declined. It was against Liberty.
All right. So the sack. Turnover on down. So once again, Steve, even though Liberty had their 2nd pick, interception, and they had great field position at the Eastern View 38, they were turned back again.
Well, now you got a chance now to work on your 2-minute offense. You got a minute left here to go in the first half, and you're up by a score of 7-6, Eastern View. But see if they can cash in on here. Why not?
Eastern View will have it at its own 44 with exactly 1 minute to play here in the second quarter. And I think they have 2 of their timeouts remaining.
What would you say they have to get down to for Capellini?
Probably the 20. 25 would make it a 42.
Right.
I'd say that would be a healthy range, don't you?
I agree.
All right, let's see what they draw up here as Caperton in the pistol. He's going to throw. Short pass dropped by Mason Settle, number 15.
He heard footsteps. He heard footsteps, and the young receivers do that. They look away at the last second to see where that defender is, and boom, they end up coughing up the football.
Well, it didn't hurt them clock-wise. They only burned up 5 seconds, and it stopped the clock on the incomplete pass, and it's 2nd down and 10 now from the 44. In that backfield, Devin Kropp alongside Tyler Caperton. Man in motion is Makai Williams. Caperton rolls out to his right, looking downfield. This one was nearly picked off. The pass intended for Elijah Bland. The defender came out in front of him and nearly picked off the pass for the Liberty's 3rd interception, but it's going to be 3rd down and 10 from the 44.
Yeah, now you want to concentrate getting the 1st down here. You need to move the sticks. And again, he keeps rolling out, throwing to his right, and that ball is sailing on him.
I think Eastern View has called its 2nd timeout with 50 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter. Our score 7-6. And there's no score to update you on as far as the Blue Devils, Steve. They've got the week off, and with a 2-1 record, right?
Yep.
They opened the Blue Devils opened the season on the road in Crozet with a win over Western Albemarle. Then they won the Cannonball Classic for the first time. They did so in overtime, 15-14. Then last week they fell at the hands of James Wood.
Yep.
Then they're off this week. They'll get Spotsylvania next week, and then Falk here the following week. And we will be filming both games unless there's a change to our plans.
Right.
Eastern View comes in tonight 0-3, looking for their first win of the season. They're in a tight game. It's going to be anybody's game tonight. And, 7-6 sort of captures that in essence. I mean, it's a close ball game.
You got to run your 2-minute offense like you've been doing, work on it in practice.
Okay, after the Eastern View timeout, back onto the field, 3rd and 10, Eastern View from its own 44. Caperton downfield. This is picked off, and this is picked off for the 2nd time tonight by Gavin Cook. He's in the open field looking to make more of it. Tries to stiff arm a defender. They tackle him out of bounds at the 50. So, Steve, here's the replay. Gavin Cook gets his 2nd pick. What did you see?
He just overthrew it. Caperton just put too much on the football. I liked how he stayed in the pocket, but he just overthrew the receiver.
It's 3 picks tonight for the Liberty Eagle defense. Now, they've got 35 seconds of clock management here, and they have it looks like on the Eastern View side of the field. No, yeah, but barely. It's at the 49.
Yeah, see what Liberty can do here before the half and tack on the score. In Eastern View, you're really, the offense is putting Eastern View's defense in the hot seat right here.
2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. AP Hall in the gun with Amir Hall to his right. He's going to block. AP Hall taking his time. Here comes some pressure. Now he throws downfield long. Going up for it, incomplete. Good coverage on the play. And that was Bogus defending against Chimanga Mubanga.
Yeah, they had they threw into a cover 2, and he had two defenders there for Eastern View. Was able to make sure that pass wasn't going to be completed.
Good job of the Eastern View defensive back MJ Bogus, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Eagles from the Cyclone 49. 29 seconds to play. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. AP Hull, the quarterback, Amir Hull, alongside him. He's going to block. Here's Hull looking at pressure. And they're going to wrap him up and stop him on the play. That's Campbell Guido, number 44, making the main contact. Now Liberty will call a timeout. With the loss on the play, moves it back to the Liberty side of the field on the Eagle 47.
Again, this is going to be 3rd down and long.
It's like 3rd and 14. We've got to get to the Eastern View 38-yard line to keep this drive going. Of course, time is a factor. 19.6 seconds showing on the scoreboard clock. Now you're looking at the Liberty huddle there. We mentioned the first-year head coach for Liberty is Caleb Heppy. First-year head coach for Eastern View, Don Joy.
Don Joy. Let's see what Eastern View can do here for defense. Love to get a turnover right here. Go in with.
Well, and then Liberty's play call. Do they go with Hall or do they go with Cook as the quarterback? Right now, it looks like Gavin Cook may be the quarterback. We'll see. Aaron Hull remains in the game, but they used them just because they're both on the field usually at the same time. You're going to have Cook either as a quarterback or as a receiver, and they put Hull in as a receiver tonight as well. Here's Cook, looks to his left. Now he's going to throw to Hull. This is going to be a halfback option. Here's Hull having to get rid of it because great pursuit by the East. Was that a fumble?
It's a lateral.
Oh, it's a lateral because it was in the backfield. Cook wisely picked it up and avoided the big loss, but it was thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
Right.
That's a lateral, right?
Now we're going to have halftime.
So we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, that was a lateral. That was not a incomplete pass.
Well, before we go to the break, Steve, it looks like both teams have had opportunities where the opposing defense has just caused them to stall.
You're right.
And that's why you have a low-scoring game here tonight, 7-6. And we have played the first half. We're going to take a break, and for the intermission when we come back for the third quarter kickoff in a few minutes, and we'll see how this one plays out. 7-6 our score. And there we are on camera. That good-looking guy is Steve. I'm the other guy. And good to be with you here tonight. And
my man Ange.
Hope you enjoyed the intermission.
This broadcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, Culpeper's outdoor power equipment dealer, located across Highway 29 from Eastern View. K&M, from grass to trees, we aim to please. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast. We are at Liberty High School in Bilton, Virginia. Moments away from the kickoff to start the third quarter. Our score in a low-scoring game for reasons, Steve. It's 7-6. So here's what some of my takeaways from that first half were. I'll mention the talking point, and I'll have you respond.
Okay.
Holding penalties.
Too many.
Too many. All right.
For Eastern View. I mean, it's the
they
same
had
old
three.
thing.
Yeah, I think they had three, and Liberty won. Talking point 2, interceptions. 3 by Liberty.
Again, too many. If you commit, there are 3 turnovers right there. That's not going to help you win a ball game. Neither are the penalties, and that's what that, in my opinion, is what's holding Eastern View back. So,
all right. Next talking point category: drives that stalled.
Again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but we have a good couple drives and get first downs, and all of a sudden we'd stop, and we end up going backwards, either a penalty or a turnover or a sack.
But the good news for Eastern View is that the same thing happened to Liberty.
Exactly, and we're up 7-6, so we can't complain too much. But it's going to be a big second half here, and whoever can commit the least mistakes and try to and get a score in is going to be in the driver's seat, because right now Liberty's going to get the ball to start second half.
That's right. Well, when you look at how this game, opened, Eastern View on its first possession, 4 plays and a 64-yard run by Tyler Caperton. If you think that, if you thought that Eastern View might open it up after that, you would have been wrong. We would have all been wrong because after his touchdown and the point after by Beckett Capolini, Liberty came back on a 1-yard run by A.P. Hull. That long drive they put together. But their point after was blocked. And then we get back into the turnovers, the holding penalties, and drives that stalled. And that is why, Steve, I think 9:41 to play here in the third. You can see the score. 7-6. Eastern View here with an opportunity. Caperton throws near side in the backfield. This is Mackay Williams. Nowhere to go, and he's wrestled to the ground by Owen Corbin on the loss. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Clock running 9:12 to play here in the third. 7-6 our score. Line of scrimmage now the 39. Loss of 5 yards. Handoff. This is Devin Kropp. Picked up some of that lost yardage down to about the 31, it looks like.
And see, they need to make more, again, plays like that to keep defense guessing. But throwing it out these little sideline passes, Liberty's snuffing those out pretty good.
3rd down and 7 from the 31 of Liberty. Eastern View here on a key 3rd down play. Caperton back there. He's got Hayden Lovelace to his left. And Devin Kropp behind him. They fake it to Kropp. Caperton's going to keep it near side. 25-yard line, lowers his shoulder, gets down to about the 20. He will have an Eastern View first down.
That was a bobbled play. The running back went to the wrong way. If you watch Caperton, he went to turn the hand off, and the guy wasn't there. And so Caperton had to take it himself.
All right. Well, it is 1st and 10 now for the Cyclones at the Eagles' 20. 8:17 to play here in the third. 7-6 our score. Hayden Lovelace is in the backfield. He's Devin White, number 24, is back there. Tyler Caperton, the quarterback. He has Eastern View's touchdown in this game. We're certainly looking for more, and looks like we're going to have a timeout taken by Eastern View.
That's a bad timeout right now. 8:17 here to go in the third quarter. They just couldn't get their play called in right. And that could come back to hurt them in a close game.
Could very well. Well, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. And this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. Well, we mentioned the Blue Devils are idle tonight because this is their bye week. They get a week of rest and getting ready to do their homework for next week's game against Spotsylvania.
Well, all they got to do against Spotsylvania is look at tape of King George the last couple of years, and you're going to see what Spotsylvania is going to be running.
Because?
Vern Lunsford left.
And he's at
Spotsylvania.
All right.
The only good thing is we got him coming to Broman.
All right. So after this timeout, it's 1st and 10 Cyclones at the Eagles' 20. In the backfield, White and Lovelace, opposite flanks of Caperton, and they hand it off to White. White tries the left side. He's still pushing forward for yards. Got down to about the 10.
They're going to give him a first down. Let's see. No, they're going to mark him short. Huh?
Well, it is going to be first. So it's first and goal from the 10.
All right, now you got to get it. A field goal isn't really going to help you here. You need to put 6 in.
Well, and they've got at least 3 downs to try it, right?
Yep.
3 downs to go 10 yards. Same backfield formation Hayden Lovelace, the ball carrier, tried the right side. Ball is loose. There's a fumble on the play. Looks like Liberty has recovered it, courtesy of Cody Reisman. So here's a drive install. Steve, watch this play. Hayden Lovelace, the ball carrier.
Was he on the ground? No. It's a fumble.
Yeah.
That's a fumble. The Liberty defender put a hat right on that ball and knocked it out of Lovelace's hands.
Okay, so that's 4 turnovers now by Eastern View, 3 by interception and 1 on the fumble. And they were in a position where they had 1st and goal from the 10. They're going to turn away with nothing, and Liberty's offense back onto the field.
You got to ask your defense to step up one more time.
And they have it at the 12. 7:39 to play here in the third. Okay, AP Hull back there as the quarterback. And we got a whistle and we got stoppage.
It's going to be procedure against Liberty.
There it is. Mark off 5. They'll push it back to the 7. It'll be 1st and 15.
This is a very sloppy game.
Well, we broke down that first half talking about holding penalties and interceptions, drives that stalled, right?
Yep.
And we just had one.
Just had another one.
We had another one that stalled because of the turnover.
We're good between the 220s, but after we get into red zone, we don't do very well.
Red zone woes.
Yep.
Here's Hull. Here comes the pressure. He's throwing. He's got a receiver near side. This one hauled in near the 13-yard line by Arian Hull. And gives him a little breathing room. Looks like he got out to about the 17. Picked up 10 yards.
See what the...
Yeah.
Give him 30.
Mark it at the 17. Yeah. Picked up 10. Brings up 2nd and 5. More like 2nd and 6, actually. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're going to throw to the left. Shakes the first defender. And then tackled is Gavin Cook near the 22-yard line. He should have enough for a Liberty first down.
Yep.
Nope. 3rd and 1.
See if the defense can come in here. IB's loading that box up.
Okay.
Especially your linebackers. Make sure your defenders occupy the line. You have your linebackers clean up.
AP Hull in the gun. 2 receivers, both sides, left and right. Now the man in motion is Gavin Cook. And we got movement left side. That's going to cost the Eagles 5 yards, Steve, right when they had 3rd and 1. There it is. Another false start.
Again, they're suffering. Liberty's having the same issues that Eastern View is having.
Going to bring up 3rd and 6 now from the 17-yard line.
3rd and 6, 7.
Still a manageable situation for Liberty on 3rd and 6. You get 3-man front for Eastern View. Here comes a little pressure. Hull rolls to his right to pick up some comfort and some room to operate, and he connects with his receiver out there.
They say he caught it. It was out of bounds.
Oh, it was out of bounds. Well, it was hauled in by Owen Corbin. Caught it out of bounds. Brings up 4th down.
Well, you know Liberty's going to punt here. Now maybe if you're Eastern View, go on with the block. But don't commit a penalty.
Yeah, so AP Hull, in just a moment, will punt this ball away. And now they're dropping back a couple of safeties for Eastern View. Looks like Hull's going to punt it near the 5-yard line. So Eastern View should have good field position off this kick. Here's Hull's kick. Fielded at midfield. And that was the return man, number 10, Benjamin Jenkins, caught it and tackled immediately near the 48.
And I wanted to tell you a little interesting tidbit. Aaron Hall's a right-handed quarterback, right? He punts left with his left foot. That's unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way.
You don't see that every day.
Steve, the Eastern View offense comes back on the field again, given good field possession here. Short field to work with. They're on the Liberty side of midfield at the 48.
I say whoever scores here next, scores is going to win this ball game.
5:49 to play here in the third. Caperton throwing far side. Short to the receiver. Gets to the Liberty 45-yard line. That's it. 3-yard pickup by Mason Settle.
And Settle's got to learn to take off when he gets that ball to start running. He's looking and trying to pick his way through a defender. When you're doing that, you're standing still. You're allowing that defense, the pursuit, to get to you. That's why he only picked up 3. He needs to follow his blockers and run very hard and try to pick up that first down.
Well, they have it at the 44 now. It is second down. Back to the run they go. Straight ahead is the ball carrier. Power running by number 22, Devin Kropp. He's going to have a first down for the Cyclones. Straight up the middle he went, Steve.
Yep, right up the middle. Well, got good blocking up front. Covered his blockers real well, followed them, and the remaining was all Kropp.
Yeah, powered his way ahead to the 27-yard line.
And isn't he the son of Jermaine Kropp?
He may be. 17-yard pickup, first and 10. Now they have it at the 27. In contention to score once again. Let's see if they can capitalize on it. This is the ball carrier, Devin Kropp again. Tried the right side.
22, Kropp on the carry.
And he got down to, it looks like about the 20. Yeah, or 19. Picked up 8 yards. Second and 2. You'll take that anytime on first down, won't you?
Exactly. Now you get your offense in. You're in the red zone. We need to come away with some points.
Okay, second down and 2. Cyclone football at the Eagles 19. Caperton going to keep it. And they're going to finally wrap him up. It took several players to bring him down. The first 2 hits he was able to sort of shrug off, but that allowed the Liberty defenders to come up and close and tackle him at the 20. He lost a yard to bring up 3rd and 3. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Fountain Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Fountain Sons, 825-3530. Got one more. All right, now from the 20, Steve, it's 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3, big third down here.
In the backfield, Devin Kropp and Devin White with Tyler Caperton. And they go with White over the left side. Liberty is there to stand him up and push him back almost immediately there at the line of scrimmage. And now that'll bring up 4th down and a decision for Eastern View.
Well, if you go with the field goal, put you up 4, and it means Liberty's going to have to score a touchdown to beat you. So here's where the time, I possibly, with Capellini, do the field goal. Because if you don't get 4th down, you don't get it. You turn the ball over on downs.
All right, from the 19, it would be a 7-yard spot, 26 and 10, 36-yard field goal attempt if they do that here.
But they're not.
But it's 4th and 2, and that's certainly a manageable play when you have these sort of players here. And you go to your running back, number 24. He's going to have a first down and more as he continues to fight for yardage near the 10-yard line. He needed 2 yards, Steve. He picked up about 9.
He rolled in there, and he got good push by his offensive line to push him up there and get him in the hole. And the rest of it was, Kropp's was at 24. And
Devin White.
And the way he's able to keep those legs moving and churning, he was able to pick up those 9 yards.
1st and goal now for the Cyclones from the 8-yard line. Now, they got down deep last time and they turned it over by a fumble. Let's see if they can hold on to the football. 1st and goal from the 8. And whistle. And we're going to have a penalty on the play.
We line
this
up
is going to be offsides against Liberty. That's half the distance to the goal. It'll be at the 4. 1st and goal now from the 4 after they mark this one off.
Now you just keep up here and just get your running backs. Everyone's brought you up here. Just hand it off and keep pounding. In
the backfield, Campbell Guido, number 44. Caperton. You got Hayden Lovelace back there, and you got Devin White. It's going to be Caperton. And Caperton dives in, it looks like. Oh, no, they're going to say he's just short.
I'm going to say he's
Just short. He's going to be down at the 1.
His knee hit before the ball crossed the plane. So that's the referee's calling it right there. Now you should just get right under center and go for it. I'd go quick here. While they're talking where the spot is.
They have it at the 1, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, the officials should be able to spot him. Eastern View should be up on that ball and going.
Well, it looks like maybe they were slow to put the ball down, Steve.
Yeah, it looks like it.
2 minutes and 4 seconds, clock stopped.
Oh, we got a penalty.
Wow. No wonder that was, they marked it all the way back to the 16-yard line. That's a 15-yard penalty.
What is this one?
I didn't even see a flag come in.
I didn't either. Wasn't it a dead ball or something?
How do you get a 15-yard penalty? Likely unsportsmanlike, right?
Had to be. I didn't see him make the call.
Back to the 16. So now it's going to be second and goal from the 16. They go back with the same lineup in the backfield. Caperton, he's going to roll to his right. He's going to run it, and they're going to stop him as he gets to the 15, maybe the 14. But that 15-yard penalty, Steve, that is a real really does bring about a big change in your offensive play calling. Rather than being at the having the second goal from the 1, you get the 15-yard penalty, and now you've got third and goal from the 14.
It's a drive killer is what it is. That's the mistakes have been hampering Eastern View so far this season, is untimely penalties.
And this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, now located directly across Highway 29. From Eastern View High School, K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. On third and goal from the 14. Here's your ball carrier, Devin White, stood up, trying to reverse direction, and they swarm him for a loss on the play. And now here's a fourth down coming up, Steve. And again, it's this backward movement with these penalties.
Yep.
Hurting both teams.
Every time they get in the red zone, it's either turnover or penalty.
So he lost 2 yards, so it's fourth and goal from the 16-yard line.
All right, that'd be a 30-yard field goal kick.
33, right.
33.
16, 7 for the spot, 23, and then 10 for the end zone, 33. They call a timeout, I thought. Oh, no, they're going to let this one run down. Final seconds ticking off this third quarter clock. All right, and it's official. We've played 3 quarters here at Liberty High School. Our score, Eastern View 7, Liberty 6. We'll take a break and come back for the fourth quarter. And when we do, Eastern View will have it fourth and goal from the 16-yard line. Stay tuned.
Podcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found & Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, Culpeper's outdoor power equipment dealer, located across Highway 29 from Eastern View. K&M, from grass to trees, we aim to please. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.
The right call.
All right, welcome back to our broadcast. Fourth quarter begins with Eastern View looking at fourth and goal from the 16-yard line. They will go for the field goal here, and this is going to be a 33-yard field goal attempt by Beckett Capolini. Opening play of the fourth quarter. His kick is long enough. It is up and no good.
Wide to the left.
Wow. And our score remains unchanged, 7-6. We had a scoreless third quarter, Steve. And as the opening play of this fourth quarter, there was the opportunity to put some points on the board. Kick was wide left. We remain deadlocked at 7-6.
Well, I'm going to tell you, whoever scores in this game is going to win.
Scoring is coming at a premium.
It is. I mean, we've been in the red zone at least 6 times, by my count.
Well, I would call that red zone woes, right?
Exactly.
Say out of the red zone. Actually, you want to get there, but when you get there, you got to produce something.
Yeah,
but as you pointed out, it's happening to both teams.
Yeah, it is. And both teams are guilty, so.
All right, Liberty back on offense. Their defense was able to avoid giving up some points. And now Liberty's offense back in the field from the 20-yard line. Picked up 2 yards with the ball carrier, Amir Hull. Brings up 2nd down and 8. Opening minute here this 4th quarter. You're seeing 7-6. That was our score at the intermission. So we had a scoreless 3rd quarter, and we're in the opening minute of the 4th.
And Eastern View's in a cover 2. They got to be wary of Hall, who can throw the football here.
And that is A.P. Hall. And we're quite familiar with him. He hands off to Amir Hall. He's got nowhere to go as the Eastern View defensive front was there ready for him. And Campbell Guido in on the tackle for Eastern View.
How big of a 3rd down play is this right here for the Cyclones?
Well,
big.
It is, and he lost 4 yards on the play. It brings up 3rd down and 12.
Because you can get your offense back on the field here if your defense holds here.
Call it 3rd and 11. Here's Hull, rolling to his right, now throwing. This one nearly picked off. Threw that one in coverage, and defending on the play was, I believe it was Jaden Lewis. Number 16. 16.
Now you know Liberty's going to have to punt here. They're not going to fool with it.
Steve, do you have 16?
Yes.
All right.
Jaden Lewis.
Jaden Lewis?
Yeah. I mean, no, you mean for Eastern View?
Eastern View.
I have. It's Roy Jamin.
Okay. Well, the incomplete pass brings up 4th down. A.P. Hull punting from about the 8-yard line. This one takes a Liberty bounce. Well, I think it may have hit the return man, and the ball may have been live.
It may have been live. I think Liberty's got the ball.
Liberty says they have the ball, yeah.
Because you can't use replay.
But it looked like the return man was trying to get under the ball, and he may have touched it, and it wasn't able to field it, and then the ball took a bounce toward that Liberty side of the field, and then or in their direction. Liberty recovered it, said it's their football. The officials are sorting it out now.
Yeah, the officials have to say, you determine did it hit a Eastern View player.
Yeah, okay, so I got to get this roster updated, Steve. It's Jamin Roy is not on the old one. It is Liberty football. Now, you can add that. We talked in our halftime analysis, the things that were highlights. Miscues.
Like I said, we're giving them too many breaks.
So Liberty's offense will stay on the field, and they have it now at the 31. A.P. Hull takes the snap, looks to the right, then throws on the slant through behind the intended receiver there, Arian Hull. Brings up 2nd and 10.
See, if you're asking your defense to hang on again, I thought that punt, you got to learn like that. If he had just gotten away from it and not touched him, he took a Cyclone bounce, he would have had the ball down near the 25-yard line.
Yep. But it took an odd bounce the way it moved so quickly, didn't it?
Yep.
From the 31, 2nd and 10. Okay, here's Hull, and he's going to air this one out. And he's got a receiver out there at the Eastern View 35-yard line. That was hauled in beautifully by Arian Hull.
Yeah, look at this play. Hull got a little air under it, but he found his cousin right here. And just the Cyclone defender number 2 was just a little bit slow. Brock Gray was just a little bit slow getting over there.
All the way down to the Eastern View 33-yard line. It's a 56-yard pass play. 1st and 10 Eagles. They go to the run here. Campbell Guido makes the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now what's going to happen is you watch Liberty might just go to its ground game to really milk some clock and get down to that red zone.
Cody Reisman, number 28, is in that Liberty backfield now, alongside the quarterback A.P. Hall. And Gavin Cook lines up in the slot on the left. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. And here's a running back, bounces off the pack, turns straight ahead, turns upfield straight ahead, picked up great yardage. Just mentioned his name.
Cody Reisman.
Reisman. Watch this play again. He hits that pack, bounces off of it, gets in the open field, straight ahead he goes, all the way down to the 10-yard line. And that was his first carry of the night.
And I think he's the brother of a goalie, Megan Reisman, who I coached here at Liberty back, in 2011, 2012. She had a younger brother, and that's him.
Well, he's considerably younger than, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cody Reisman, his first carry of the night. Now Hall throws. He's got a receiver out there. It's a short pass. It was hauled in by Tyson Schrum. He got inside the 5-yard line. We've got a 1st and goal coming up here.
Yep, again, penalties and mistakes have cost Eastern View, and hopefully they're, we have a bend but don't break defense. They're bending right now. They need to keep it in front of them.
Down to the 4-yard line. It's actually 2nd and goal from the 4. A.P. Hall fakes it, keeps it. Straight ahead he goes. And he's down at about the 1. It's going to be a 3rd and goal from that spot.
Yep. For a minute there, I thought it was a flag, but that's the soccer penalty.
Eastern View has called a timeout. Well, localsportshistory.com is the community sports site that you are building organically. Check out local sports information or contribute your submissions at localsportshistory.com. And our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. So, Steve, you were saying that the team that scores, and it may sound funny, but the team that scores may win this game.
Exactly.
Scoring's been at a premium. All 13 points were scored in that first half. We had a scoreless 3rd. And now we're 8 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the 4th. Still scoreless, but Liberty's certainly in a great position here to change that on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. And if you got A.P. Hall, why wouldn't you just line up under center and punch it in?
That's what I would do, punch it in.
Let's see if he's under center. He goes into the shotgun here. Well, he is going to go under center. And why wouldn't you here? Man, we got movement left side, and that's going to cost them 5 yards.
Both teams, I hate to laugh, but
but it's too much like deja vu all over again.
I know, it's like, who wants to win this ball game? Now, it puts you you're 3rd down, 3rd and goal.
And that changes things because you could have put A.P. Hall under center, which you did, on 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. You're probably not going to deny him a 1-yard pickup. Instead, you mark off 5 yards as a penalty, and then now you're looking at 3rd and goal from the 6. Now Hall's no longer under center. He's back in the gun. And he's looked right. He throws to the end zone. This one incomplete. Well, he threw that behind the intended receiver there, Arian Hall, and now you got 4th down to Liberty. Is that a penalty flag?
No, that's where the soccer penalty kick's taken.
Oh, okay.
No, so now do you go for it and 4th or do you bring in? See, the thing is, you bring in a field goal carrot, and let's say he makes it. Okay, then it becomes
2-point game.
Yeah, 2-point game, and then Eastern View could win it with a field goal. I think they're going to try to go for it here and hope.
Well, let's say you don't get it, but then you're giving the ball to Eastern View at its own 6. You're probably going to get it back, unless they put together a drive and it's a game of field position at that point. Because you still have plenty of time, 8 minutes and 15 seconds to play. They're not going for the field goal, as you pointed out, Steve. It'll give them a 2-point lead, and the field goal would win it for Eastern View.
Right.
So here it is. They're going to throw near side. This one's going to be dropped. So there's some dropsies going on out there. This time the culprit was Tyson Schrum.
And now
Turnover on downs.
it's just like I said.
Unbelievable.
Maybe let's go with this. Whoever has the ball last. Even though the Eastern View's up 7-6.
All right, turn back again. Thwarted. All right, this broadcast brought to you in part by Battlefield Automotive, featuring Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford. Battlefield Automotive, a keystone of service and a cornerstone of our community. 540-547-3673. All right, who wants it, Steve? Who wants it the most?
That's the $64 million question.
But I agree with you strategically is that the field goal, you only have a 2-point lead, and then Capolini could win it for Eastern View. And here's your ball carrier, number 22, Devin Kropp, looking for some running room. He did pick up a few yards, out it looks like to 10, making the tackle for Liberty, number 51, Darren Kilgore.
I think Eastern View's got one timeout left, and I don't think Liberty has any.
2nd down and 7 here from the 9-yard line. Clock continues to run, 7:35 and counting. Capered in play action, going to keep it. Sheds the first defender, then turns upfield and is tackled at about the 13. That's a 4-yard pickup. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
How important is this 3rd down here for the Cyclones? Because they're not going to go for it on 4th. Not this far deep in their own territory.
Yeah, well, you still got plenty of time. 7:12 and counting. 3rd down and 3 now from the 13. Substitutions by both teams here.
You want to go to your bread and butter play here.
All right, here it is on 3rd and 3. And your ball carrier is going to have a 1st down. I believe that was Devin White, ball carrier to the 20. That's number 22. Yeah, Devin Kropp, rather. Devin Kropp picks up a Cyclone 1st down.
And he followed Hayden Lovelace right up into that hole. It's a good block by Lovelace up in there.
All right. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home. They support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. New set of downs for the Cyclones. 1st and 10 from their own 20. Clock continues to run. 6:20 and counting, 4th quarter action. 7-6 our score. Caperton going to keep it. Straight ahead he goes. And plowing for yardage just shy of the 30. About 8 or 9 yards on that 1st down pickup. And is there a flag down there?
There's a flag there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's that going to be? It could be a hold against.
I was watching the reaction, and it's likely going to work against Eastern View.
Yeah, because I was getting ready to say if this penalty, personal foul, face mask.
Ooh.
Oh, big.
Oh, I was wrong.
Yep.
I thought by the way the players were reacting, they didn't like the direction that would go in, but instead, big 15-yarder against Liberty, Steve.
Yep, and that gives them now. You just start running your running plays and let that clock run. Run, Forrest, run. Good clock, run.
1st and 10 now from the 43 for Eastern View. You got a 1-point lead and just under 6 minutes to play in this 4th quarter. The Cyclones are taking their time. And they go back to the run. Left side. Devin White. Or make it Devin Kropp. The other Devin. Number 22 stood up near the line of scrimmage and pushed back.
See, Liberty's going to keep expecting the run. Now it might be a good time to slip just a back out of the backfield or maybe a wide receiver on a little skinny post.
All right, no gain on the play. Second down 10 from the 43. Clock continued running, 5:10 and counting. Tyler Caperton and the Cyclones taking their time. You know, they have the advantage. They have the ball, a 1-point lead, and the clock is running. Caperton going to keep it. Caperton going to pick up yardage, knocked out of bounds near midfield. And it was tackled by Cody Reisman. Well, this broadcast brought to you in part by K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies. Now located directly across Highway 29 from Eastern View High School. K&M, from grass to trees, they aim to please. 825-8371. Right at midfield. It's 3rd and 3. Another third down for both teams. And
they need to convert here.
And you like the way Eastern View's managing this clock, Steve, because they've got a little bit of control here. When you think about the clock and the 1-point lead and how scoring has just been so hard to come by tonight.
I agree. And see, now if you pick up this first down, and I don't think Liberty has any timeouts left.
Well, we got a whistle, and we got a timeout taken by Eastern View. Well, you know, our timeout sponsor is UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. And, of course, our live sponsor is Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Steve, after a broadcast, do you ever go to sleep with these sponsors on your mind and numbers coming into memory? We're really appreciative of all of them.
Yeah, they do a great job. We wouldn't be able to do our broadcast without our sponsors.
LocalSportsHistory.com, Able Heating and Air, Battlefield Automotive, Found & Sons, K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, and, of course, UVA Community Credit Union, our timeout sponsor. So after this Cyclone timeout, Steve, the offense is looking at 3rd and 3 from midfield. A big third down for both teams because Liberty has to think about that clock ticking away.
Right.
Liberty shows pressure. Caperton's going to run to the left this time. He's got a little bit of room out there, makes a cut upfield. He will have a first down. He got inside the Liberty 45-yard line to the 43, picked up 7 yards on a first down.
Yep, and so now, like I said, by Liberty using a lot of their timeouts, what's going to happen here is that Eastern View can, just wind down the clock.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to win by 20 points. You can win by 1. And that may be the way tonight's game plays out as this clock continues to run, 3:40 and counting here in the fourth. Eastern View has a new set of downs. You know they can milk this clock. They don't have to score. They can win this game 7-6. They just have to avoid turning the ball over, right?
Yep, exactly. Got to hold on to that football.
The turnovers have been a problem here tonight. And let's see if they can hold on to it here. Over the left side down, the ball carrier is Devin Kropp. And he got about 3 yards. Make it actually the 39. He picked up 4. Second down and 6 on its way. But again, more importantly, the clock continues to run. We are approaching the 3-minute mark here in this fourth and final, what is likely going to be the fourth and final segment.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right now, Eastern View is in the driver's seat because Liberty can't stop the clock.
And Eastern View has no reason to hurry up. They can run this thing down and call that play in the last second or two before the play clock expires because time easily on Eastern View's side now. Back to the run they go. They're going to stack up Devin Kropp at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up third down and probably 6. But that clock continues to run, 2:20 and counting. Back to a big third down. And, Steve, if Liberty doesn't get a stop here, obviously I think Eastern View is going to pull away and win this thing.
I think so, too. And also, man, the one side of me says, man, they're playing for the run. Look how they're loading up the box. I do a little play action and just send someone out there in the flat just wide open.
Well, maybe, but, Liberty does have 3 interceptions in this game.
That's true.
It's been a long time. 4 Eastern View turnovers, but they're looking right now in position they can get out of here. They can eke out a win here at Liberty High School. Ball is loose, gets away from Caperton, and he is tackled for a huge loss all the way back in Eastern View territory at the Cyclone. Here it is. Look at the replay here. See the snap.
Was
it low or did he just lose the handle?
It was low, and it looked like Caperton took his eye off it. So now
Eastern View does call it. I mean, Liberty does call a timeout.
So it's got to be their final.
So it's gonna bring up a 4th down.
You got to punt.
Do you?
Yep. Why would you want to give it into them out here? You want them, if you're going to make them, earn this. If they're going to win this ball game, Liberty, you want to make them use as much field as possible going down there. Now, this is their last timeout because I was looking at the timeouts on the school board and it looked like. So we're going to.
Well, let me say this, Steve. That last drive right there.
Yep.
That was really Eastern View's chance to close it out.
All they had to do was get a first down. They had to just get a first down and.
They were looking at a 3rd and 8. They had the fumble, and now
you got to watch for the punt block.
Hayden Lovelace is back there as the punter. Well, do you come forward or do you set up your return? I always go for setting up the return. You got a minute 37, and you think Liberty has one timeout. Here's Hayden Lovelace's kick. Good high kick. Let's see how this one bounces. Does it take a Liberty or an Eastern View roll? Well, they're going to down it, mark it dead at the 25-yard line. So, Steve, field goal would win it for Liberty. Do they have enough time?
We'll see. You got a minute 24, and I don't see any. Trying to think, do they have now? The thing they do must have one timeout left.
So this is Liberty's situation. They're down by a point. Neither team has scored since the first half. Liberty starts at its own 25. They can win it with a field goal, but they only have a minute and 24 to get in position and do that with one timeout, we think, remaining.
And Eastern View just couldn't stand prosperity on that last series. Bad snap.
They've really had a chance to close it out, and they may still get out of here tonight with a 7-6 win. All right, here's Hull in the gun. He's got the protection. He throws downfield. This one looks to, is this picked off?
Let's see, did he hit the ground? It might be.
Oh, it is. That's number 10, Benjamin Jenkins. Look at this one again, Steve.
But we got a flag on the back.
All right, so the defensive man there, was there a contact? Or where were you seeing the penalty?
Over here, deep in the backfield. Looks like might be roughing the passer. Chop block. No, it's against. It's against Liberty.
So they decline it?
Yeah, they do.
And then you have the interception?
Yeah, the interception.
Is that Liberty's first turnover? And because Eastern View had 4.
I think so.
Eastern View comes up with a big one here late in the game.
And they're saying it's going to be Eastern View's ball because they did intercept it.
It was kind of hard to see, even on the replay, what was happening between the receiver and the defensive back.
I think it hit off the back of the Liberty receiver and it up in the air, and number 10 was just right there, and it fell into his arms.
That's Benjamin Jenkins with the pick.
Yeah. And so now, I mean, you got I don't see any timeouts for Liberty, and all Eastern View's got to do is just take a knee. Get out of here with a 7-6 win.
Well, they've got a minute 13. Eastern View has it at the Liberty 37.
The officials now just called time. Do we have a legal substitution?
Steve, Eastern View holds on. They'll pick up their first victory of the season, and the first under first-year head coach Don Joy.
So what's the call here? Why did they stop play?
I don't know. You know, we've talked about this a lot. There's been, it seems like, a lot of extended deliberation.
It slows the game down, and because officials saw something. Now he's holding him there.
Well, let's get it on. Eastern View now ready to resume play. 1st and 10, Liberty 37. Minute 13 to play. They stick to the run. Straight ahead they go. Ball carrier. This is Devin White carrying defenders with him. Picks up a first down. More importantly, here's the replay.
Yep, just right up the middle.
This is White up the middle. Found a crease. And look how hard he is to tackle.
It is, and what's happening too, you got a Liberty defense that's tired.
Yeah, and they should be. Well, did Liberty just call their last timeout?
Yep. I mean, that scoreboard's not right when I see the timeouts, but
13-yard pickup that time.
Yeah, now you can just kneel down. You can take, because now I'm sure Liberty's out of timeouts.
Well, we can look ahead. Let's see who's on Eastern View's schedule. Next week, the schedule says they're playing James Monroe in Fredericksburg. That's Maury Stadium.
It's going to be a tough game.
James Monroe has been down in recent years, but have they come back some now?
Yeah, they have. I mean, they blew out Charlottesville. They lost big, though, last week to Massaponax.
Well, that's a big school.
Well, Massaponax, James Monroe had the lead going in the fourth quarter.
Is that right?
Yep. So
that's what's up next for Eastern View. Next Friday night down at Maury Stadium in Fredericksburg to play James Monroe. We expect to see Culpeper against Spotsylvania next Friday.
Spotsylvania Knights coming to town.
And this is what you were talking about, Steve. You can take a knee here. You don't have to really run off a play.
Now, why does Eastern View call timeout? It's timeout. He pointed Eastern View. Oh, this has got to be Liberty's last one. Because they can't go by that scoreboard over there.
No, that's not right. I'll tell you what is right, though. The score, 7-6. I mean,
how big is that missed extra point in the first half?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all the difference.
All the difference.
And you would think as many penalties and turnovers that happened against Eastern View, that they should have lost this one big. But
well, let me ask you this, and I don't question Caleb Heppy's decision from Liberty, because hindsight's always 20/20. But when it was 7-6 and Eastern View had that penalty, and that moved the ball to the 1 yard line, do you go for two? I mean, in hindsight, obviously you do.
Yeah.
But at the time,
just think it'd be 8-7.
It would be 8. Yeah.
And then we'd be knocking on the door trying to get in field goal range.
Exactly.
So.
But you can't fault that decision. I mean, it really, in terms of the odds, it's really the right one to make.
You're trusting your kicker.
Yeah. So 58 seconds remaining, and here's a penalty flag coming in, 2 of them, as a matter of fact. I wonder if things are getting a little chippy out there.
What's this call now?
When
They're going to victory formation, guys. Just take a knee. Don't.
Well, we got the official out of our. Where is he?
And he's talking to Eastern View.
Oh, there he is. Let's check the call. Here it is.
Delay a game.
I thought that was
unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's the symbol for unsportsmanlike conduct. And this one is a big one, 15 yards. I knew there was something happening out there. It didn't look right. And now we know.
Well, now it's first down.
Yeah, from the 12-yard line.
Take a knee.
And all you have to do is hold on to the football.
Yep. Or
There's another one.
Talking.
There's something going on.
He just kicked him out.
Yeah, I knew there was something going on. I used the word chippy. And coming to the sideline there is number 9, Kevin Gordon.
They just threw him out of the game.
And coming in his place is number 50, Joel Morris. But, this is when you get late in a game like this. You're playing at home. You're down by a point. You're hoping to win. You probably do get frustrated. But you got to get back to that control mode.
Yep.
See, they're marking off another one here on him. Back-to-back unsportsmanlike penalties here.
And since he got kicked out of the game, he's going to be down for 2 games. Coming up, Liberty's player is.
Now they have it from the 5. And as you said, they line up in victory formation. Just take a knee and run that clock.
Yeah.
It is running 45 seconds and counting. So it looks like Eastern View is going to leave Bilton tonight, Steve, with a 7-6 victory.
And hats off to the Cyclones. I mean, they hung in there. Despite all the adversity. with the turnovers and the penalties. But, Liberty was a very gracious host, too. And so they got a lot of calls against them, too.
All right, final 15 seconds ticking off the scoreboard clock. And do they have to line up for one more? Maybe not. These final seconds are ticking off, Steve, 5 and counting. This one's going in the books as a win for Eastern View, 7-6. First win of the season for the Cyclones. First win for first-year head coach Don Joy. So congratulations to Eastern View. But, all the scoring, all 13 points scored in that first quarter, wasn't it?
That's it.
Yeah. And we had 7-6 intermission, scoreless third quarter, scoreless fourth quarter. It was like neither team really wanted to punch it in.
We were watching a game between the two 20s.
Yeah.
That's where all the action was.
Well,
but once they got into the red zone, both teams, discombobulated.
Yeah, we talked about it throughout the broadcast, the penalties, the turnovers, drives that stalled, red zone woes.
Yeah.
I mean, on and on. But you'll take the victory. So once again, congratulations to the Cyclones tonight, and as the two teams line up to celebrate each other. Well, hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. Again, we expect to see Spotsylvania and Culpeper in action next Friday night. If the schedule that I have is accurate, we will be at Spotsylvania High School next week.
We'll be at home.
Is that at home?
It's at home.
Well, it says Spotsylvania, so the schedule's wrong.
Wrong.
All right. Once again, our final score from Liberty High School, Eastern View 7, Liberty 6. For Johnny and Nick and Steve, I'm Mark O'Connell saying thanks for watching and supporting Cyclones football on the Culpeper Media Network. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next Friday night.
Good night.
Podcast is made possible by the generosity of the following sponsors. Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Found in Sons Funeral Home, Culpeper's perpetual best of the best for resources, planning, and support for our entire community. Battlefield Toyota, Chevrolet, and Ford, proudly serving the Culpeper community for over 20 years. State-of-the-art service departments and over 22 acres with hundreds of new and pre-owned vehicles. Battlefield Automotive. K&M Lawn, Garden, and Arborist Supplies, Culpeper's outdoor power equipment dealer, located across Highway 29 from Eastern View. K&M, from grass to trees, we aim to please. Nominations are now being accepted for the local area sports Hall of Fame. Nominate anyone that you feel is deserving of historical local sports recognition at localsportshistory.com/HOF.